welcome back to Girl Talk. As you can see or hear, I did change the music in my intro because I wanted to avoid any copyright claims. So that will be my new intro going forward. And today I'm doing a brief commentary on Tamara Mowry. I apologize if I'm saying her name wrong, but I believe it's pronounced Tamara Mowry. That's the spelling. But anyway, I wanted to do a brief commentary to address Tamara and racism in the Black community, and why a lot of people in the Black community don't accept her as one of us, quote unquote. They more side with Tia, her twin sister. Now, Tia and Tamara grew up as child actors, and they've been acting for a really long time. They started really young. In the early 90s, they were adored by many teenagers those times. They eventually started their own show called Sister Sister. I think they've been in a couple other shows previous before that, but they were leading, their leading role, or their first major leading role, was in the sitcom Sister Sister. Great show. It's showing on Netflix right now. Now, over the years, the Black community tended to gravitate more to Tia. They referred to Tia as the, quote, Black twin. Okay, I guess because Tia is married to a Black man and Tamara is married to a white man, which is what I want to discuss, and the hypocrisy within the Black community. But I just want to discuss that briefly. Now, Tamara recently made a statement saying that the talk show that she has most recently starred in, called The Real, okay? You could research that online, YouTube, Google, but she recently starred in a TV talk show called The Real. That show was running for several years, and Tamara was one of the hosts on that show. And she recently, now she's no longer hosting the show, she's departed. And she was interviewed saying that she didn't feel like The Real was a safe place for her. Now, I'm not quite sure what she meant by that. Maybe she meant that it wasn't safe for her to express her true feelings, or maybe her co-host didn't take her serious. I'm not quite sure, but if you research the interview, you can find it. Maybe, put your own opinion together and figure out what she tried to say when she said that. But in my opinion, I feel like maybe she felt like her voice wasn't heard, or maybe she was ridiculed for her opinions, And of course, a lot of people had things to say about it, wondering what she meant by it, and saying, okay, well, all of a sudden The Real is not a safe place, but she was on that show for years, and yada yada yada. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, including Tamara. Now, what I don't really like, and this is just in regards to the Black community on a whole, not liking Tamara because of her decision to date and marry a white man. I think that a lot of the times we as Black people forget that both Tia and Tamara are of mixed race. Both Tia and Tamara, they're twins, right? Share a Black mother and a white father. And I think the Black community tends to forget that. We often like to claim mixed people as Black, but you have to understand, if we're going to claim mixed people as Black, then we have to claim everything that comes with it, including their white mother or father. And this is what we are not understanding or overstanding. And this is why a lot of the times some people in the Black community do not consider mixed people as Black. right? Which is correct. Because if you have a white mother and a black father, or vice versa, that person cannot be called black. Because if that person is called black, then what is a full black person? What is a full black person called? A person with two black parents, right? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense scientifically. So if we're going to consider mixed race people as black, then we have to take everything that comes with it, including their white or mother or father. Now, with that being said, I don't think Tamara deliberately said, hey, I want to date a white man because he's white. Usually two people get together. They maybe start off as friends. They get closer. Then they start dating, and then eventually it leads to marriage. Right? That's what every woman wants, regardless of their race and gender. Right? If we are dating someone, and I mentioned in my previous video with the Sierra prayer, we hope that us dating that person leads to marriage. That's the whole point of dating, right? People don't want to date to waste their time. They want to date somebody to become their companion. So I commend Tamara for finding somebody who wanted to marry her, wanted to give her a family. Kudos to her. Because often, sometimes the choices out here, especially for black women or mixed women, are slim to none. So kudos to Tamara for finding a man whom wanted to put a ring on her finger, who wanted to give her a family. I think that we should commend her for that, opposed to criticizing her, regardless of who she married. Also, I think that the black community forgets. Now, this is where I'm going to stem back to saying that, they have a mixed race parents. Her mom is black, her father is white. So Tamara has grown to have a white father figure in her home. Not a black father, a white father. And this can definitely affect how she looks at a man. A white man raised her, fathered her, showed her how to be treated by a man. So why wouldn't she have a white man as her companion? It's almost inevitable. Just because Tia decided to date a black or marry a black man, it doesn't mean that Tamara had to do the same thing. Their father is white. So I completely understand. And then it was also said that her husband is a racist. And allegedly, right? Because he works for Fox News. I know that he had some opinions about Trayvon Martin and the whole Zimmerman case, and he was siding with Zimmerman. So a lot of black people, took it out on Tamara, saying, "Oh, she's with a racist man," and yada yada yada. But if we're going to go there, there's a lot of black men that date racist white women. And I'm not even asking, it's something that I know. There's white women who despise black women, but date black men. Should we talk about that if we really want to go there? Most white women who date black men don't like black women. So if we're going to talk about Tamara dating a racist white man, well then let's play fair here. Let's play fair. Let's not only talk about her racist companion. Let's talk about the other women or men, black men out there who are dating racist white people. And as I said, that's what I do not like with the black community and the hypocrisy when it comes to interracial dating. If we're going to address one thing, then let's address it all. And if we're going to label mixed people as black, then we have to accept everything that comes with them, as I said. And this is why I believe that other races like white people, Asian people, when they have a mixed race in their family, they don't label them as Asian. They don't label them as white. So why do we do it? They classify them as mixed race because that's exactly what they are. Do you ever hear white people calling mixed people white? No. So why do black people do it? I think it's not logical. We have to think logically. And then I'll give another example. If there is a white woman who raised a mixed son, his father is black, his mom is white, and he grows up to start dating white women or liking white women or preferring white women, how can you possibly blame that man? He was raised by a white woman. A white woman taught him how to be compassionate, how to treat women. So how can we blame him for his choice of women? Right? We have to understand these things. So if you see a mixed person dating somebody that's not black, we cannot be mad at them for that because they're not fully black. And that's why black people have to stop labeling mixed people as black, because that's where the confusion comes in. It's very confusing. But anyway, I'll get more into that on another video. But I think that with Tamara, she's a grown woman. She has a beautiful family. I'm sure her husband treats her right. I don't know what they go through at home. No relationship is perfect, not one. Whether you're married or not married, no relationship is perfect. Everybody has flaws in their relationship. The key is working through it and getting it past and getting through your problems together. But, kudos to Tamara. As a woman overall, I'm glad that she does have a companion and a family whom she married. Even Tia, kudos to Tia to raising a beautiful family with her husband, whether he's black or white. But as I said, they're both of mixed race, and who they decide to date shouldn't be anyone's business. That's one. And, as I stated, they did grow up with a white father. So that's basically all they knew when they were young. Their mother and their father. Those are the two people who are the most important in your lives, especially when you're young, because they teach you things. They show you the path. They show you right from wrong. They show you how to behave. They teach you how to behave. And that's basically all to it. And Tamara is a beautiful woman. I know that, her dating a white man, it comes with a lot of criticism, and I'm sure it's not only from the black community, maybe the white community as well. I don't really follow up with what they have to say about Tamara, but it's usually black people that have things to say about her just because she's dating a white man. And I don't think it's fair. If we're gonna attack her for dating a white man, then we have to address the bigger issue at hand. Okay, anyway, I'll make a part 2 of this video. I don't want to go on too long with just the one video. I wanted it to be brief because it's just a voice commentary. But if you are watching, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.